And Esiedu. We've done close to 3 minutes here at the Takwana Boston Stadium. Kumasi Asante Kotoko 0, Brekum Chelsea 0. Goal kick to Chelsea. Emmanuel Edu will take all the time while still calling on Seydou. Finds him again. Seydou racing forward. Who is coming for that ball, gets the center line. Incident in 2011 against the Division 1 side.
Yes, against FC Nania. I'm sure even though they are playing in the semi-final, they are also considering what they have to do in the final because Nania is a Zone 3 side and Golden Kicker also coming from Zone 3.
Seeing his ball picked up by Elvis Shea-Bafo, was looking for Albert Amwa. What is the referee saying? Referee Graham pointing to a particular spot. Free kick quickly taken there. Kumasi Asante Kotoko still in their own half. Harry Ansu finds Samba O'Neill. Sends it to his head. Who is there to pick it up? Kwame Poku sends it back to Kwame Poku. And he's displaced off that one by Mohamed Seydou.
And Abi, if Kotoko plays at the TNA, they managed to get a goal. Even when they lost in a friendly game against Midiama, they scored. And then this season against Midiama ended 1-1. And so Kotoko getting a goal at the TNA Stadium is always a must. But clearly, if you look at Brekum Chelsea, they are defending extremely well in the first 7 minutes.
Brekum Chelsea on attack again, and they are stopped. The referee says that is a free kick to Brekum Chelsea. Nazake Fiye behind that one, but he leaves it for captain Zakaria Fuseni, who is walking the breaking point for Brekum Chelsea. Referee Graham very well takes a few steps back. Fuseni's ball heads a breaking point for Brekum Chelsea. Half of Kumasi Asante Kotoko is headed away. Who is there to pick it up? Albert Amwa picks it up swift. They're looking for Elvis Shea-Bafo. This is Shea-Bafo. Elvis Shea-Bafo twisting and turning. Sends it back to Albert on his blind side. He missed kicks and Chelsea will take over. Hubert Joe picks it up. And the winner throwing it in that light. And this is Prince Anane. Anane's ball. And out it goes. Heated exchanges here. Pick throwing. The referee says no. It goes the other way around.
Well, it's been quite an interesting game. Kotoko have really fashioned out in terms of slicing their way through the defense of Brekum Chelsea, except for the fact that whenever they get to the final third, well, they are at the back.
This is Kluber is brought down. Brekum Chelsea taking over that midfield and making it their home, winning all the infringements and all the 50-50 balls.
Yes, the two centre-backs as well, Zakaria Husseini and Mohamed Seydou, are defending extremely well.
Zakaria's ball heads go up. Who is there to do the final connection? Brought down. The referee says it's not a penalty, but that goes over the bar.
A good advantage, an opportunity for Brekum Chelsea to make it one. But I think the Kotoko defense came very close. They defended well, preventing Brekum Chelsea from seeing the ball, not to talk about even converting it well.
Mohamed Kamara under some pressure, but he finds somebody who sends so the far left finds Patrick Esiedu, but out it goes and to win and throwing to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. We've done close to 9 minutes here at the Takwana Boston Stadium. So just joining us as goalers between Kumasi Asante Kotoko and Brekum Chelsea. Nazake Fiye sends to Fuseni. Fuseni switches to his left. He's looking for Stephen Amankona, who has rather been on the quiet in the first 10 minutes of this game. And out the ball goes. Andrews and Chimbenu challenge that one. Prince Amankona's ball, but out it goes. Kotoko will take over. Send the ball back and heads go up. Albert racing towards Captain Fuseni, sends it to Edu Emmanuel. He quickly finds Mohamed Seydou. Seydou finds Kwesi Soto. And Brekum Chelsea still in the driving seat. The long one back in the half of Brekum Chelsea. Kwame Poku's control. that was a shove. And what is the referee Graham saying? Kwame Poku.
Aí já que tá.
He was heckled or he was held in that position.
And Kwame Poku is demonstrating some of his good traits. He's very good when it comes to the air. He's able to control it with his chest, and he was really looking good for him. But you know what? That was quite an awkward one for him.
Chelsea on the attack again. Send a long one, heads go up. Who is there to do that final connection? Kotoko led to defend, left to defend. Henry Ansu's ball, heads go up. Elvis Chebafoy shoved up that one by Prince Zanani. Justice Blade. But there's a player on the turf. The referee will call for an immediate halt. Looks like Jonah Tukwe.
Yes, Jonah Tukwe has been working extremely hard. And most of the 50-50 balls in the 18-yard box, he goes for it, and so I'm not surprised he's injured. But one key thing, Brekum Chelsea are always looking for Stephen Amankuna with the long balls, while Kumasi Asante Kotoko are also looking for Kwame Poku in the long balls. And Kwame Poku is being marked by Saidi Mohammed, Amankuna is being marked by Justice Blay. It's really making it difficult for the two key players to justify what we really know of them. But in the second half, I'm sure by that time, these two defenders who are defending well will be tired, and they will pave way for these strikers to prove well.
Saka Dauda on the run. Can he pick it up for Kotoko? It's still Saka Dauda. Saka Dauda is beaten to it. What is referee saying? Play continues. Brekum Chelsea pick up the pieces almost immediately and switch on the attack. It is Clue. Clue battle to that one and he's brought down. Clue is brought out. He was sandwiched by Babayaya. Anington Menu.
Clever display. Look at where he picked the ball, and I'm sure he could do the job very simple by giving the final pass. But he wanted to hold on the ball, and obviously your opponent will surely bring you down because you can't be looking at you taking the ball to the 18-yard box.
Jonah Tukwe might just not be able to continue this game. Not looking good for the former Legon City's local Black Stars star. Jonah Tukwe, he might just not be able to continue this game.
And he's one of the big guns for Brekum Chelsea, and so I'm sure it's really going to be a big blow for them. But let's just hope that they play. It's like a light for substitution. So let's just hope that he's able to come to the party as Jonah Tukwe is going off.
Jonah shakes his head in disappointment, but for Marvin, he is not new to this. Marvin also has 2 goals already for Brekum Chelsea, and they are run towards the semi-finals, and so clearly he will be able to do the job for them. Temporary hold up here as Kotoko players continue to seek attention. It looks like Patrick Isedu has been held aside, but play will continue. Zakaria Fuseni. Leave start for Mohamed Seydou. Back to Zakaria. He switched to the left, looking for Stephen Amankuna. But Justice Blay will not allow that ball to fall to Amankuna, and it rolls over.
It looks like the two teams are looking to really operate from the flanks. I thought that Brekum Chelsea were going to do that, but it looks like Kotoko are also doing that. They are always eyeing out.
And holds on to it for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, finds Albert Amwa. The dummies. It's still Albert Amwa down the right. Looking for help, finds it through to Kwame Poku. Kwame Poku finds Babayaya, but Emmanuel Adu is there, holds on to it for Brekum Chelsea, looking for Stephen Amankona. Justice Blaze header. Albert Amwa continue. Anani and Elvis fight for it, and falls to Stephen Amankona.
it was a good ball played in by Baba Yaya to Kwame Poku, except that he couldn't get there early. If he had gotten there early, well, it would have been a different story.
Brekum Chelsea holding on keenly. More than 15 minutes at the Takwana Bosso Stadium, and it's still goalless between Asante Kotoko and Brekum Chelsea. Switching to the right, looking for Mezake Fie. He's unable to get to it. Still Brekum Chelsea. Marvin, Tristan 10, still Marvin. Leaves it for Stephen Amankona. But Henry Ansu gets to it, finds Albert Amwa. Albert is heckled and brought down, screaming in agony.
But then, if you look at this game, it's very high intense game. Both sides wants to get a goal in this match, and so you need to put in all your energy. If you look at how Kotoko is playing, they look for Kwame Poku. He runs, he tries to get the ball, but then the defenders preventing him. You look at the last chance Brekum Chelsea had. At a point, Amankuna was waiting for the ball. Unfortunately, Kotoko defended very well. So it's high tempo game. Both sides really wants to get a goal before the first half break.
Well, the two sides have created the chances. Kotoko have created it, and so we're quite identical of them. But let's see who is able to, slip themselves through to get a first goal.
Albert Amos still in some pain. Help the side, and game will continue. Justice Blake goes through the middle, finds Babayaya. He switches to the left, finds Patrick, back to Babayaya, looking for Saka Dauda. There he is. Back to Baba. Marvin challenges that one, and out the ball goes. Brekum Chelsea following it. The ball wherever it falls in space. Samuel Buedu issuing it out, instructions minute after minute, and they have defended their lines so well. Free kick, Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Patrick Esedo behind that one. Sends one in, who is there to do the final connection. I'm not going to try to defend. Albert plays into it, but out the ball goes. Ding dong affair between these two sides. Stephen Amankona. Jenny Ronaldo, they call him. Gunning for the goal king for a second successive season with 13 goals to show already. In the FA Cup, he has 3 for Brekum Chelsea. Still in the half of Chelsea. Kwame Poku is down in pain. They will be halted for Kwame Poku to be attended. Kwame Poku is down in pain. When I mentioned Jenny Ronaldo.
Don't forget that he's also a former player of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. He played for 2 seasons, returned back to Brekum Chelsea, and since then, Amankuna has picked from, because even when he was doing well at Brekum Chelsea before his move to Kotoko, he wasn't the top scorer in the Premier League. But since his return, he is chasing for his second consecutive goal king, and so that is an impressive record. He's been the key player for Brekum Chelsea.
Mohamed Seydou sends it back to his goalkeeper, Emmanuel Edu. Edu lifts it for Zakaria Fuseni, surging forward, trying his options, and decides to go to the right, and is looking for Mezake Fie, but Mohamed Kamara gets to it. He's beaten to it eventually. But Kennedy Kofi Mensah couldn't keep it in play for Brekum Chelsea.
We saw a big howler yesterday, and when Atram Divisa, the goalkeeper, wanted to punch away the goal, but he ended up powering it into his goal post. That was really quite a howler on the part of the goalkeeper of Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Mohamed Kamara. He was guiding the ball to a goal kick, but you saw that the Brekum Chelsea player got there and got his leg to the ball.
Mohamed Seydou needs to be very careful. Quite a cynical tackle on Kwame Poku. Samba finds Henry Ansu. Henry ball to Elvis Sheba for switches to Justice Blake. Elvis Sheba for the darling boy of Dansoman. very, very enterprising. Played some good football with Liberty Professional before. Leaving the shores of the country, got back and had the nod to be a part of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Has a goal already for Kotoko in this run towards the semi-final. Brekum Chelsea, Herbert Joe, Justice Blake gets the but Zakaria Hussein is on the other end. Ball eludes everyone. But Joe Tristan 10 and finds Stephen Amakona and he's brought down. Stephen Amakona is brought down. Jason Timmen with the corporate this time around. Brekum Chelsea attacking from all angles. And they win themselves a free kick. 21 minutes gone. Kotoko 0, Brekum Chelsea 0. Prince Anane, some 20 meters away from goal. What will he do? Takes a few steps back and sends the ball just across the face of Justice Blake. But Kotoko will still defend their lines really well. And Sakada, that was their heads go up. Chelsea take over. Still on the left, Misaki Free is trying to get his legs over it. He's beaten to it and Kotoko is racing. Obayaya wanted to get to that one, but Sakada was already down. Kotoko high-tempered when they are on the attack.
Yes, Kotoko playing well. Anytime they are in attack, they look for Abet Amwa, Kwame Poko, or Saka Dauda. And these players are very fast on the ball in the opponent's attack. So for me, I'm not surprised the coach is relying on these players. And if Brekum Chelsea are not careful, they could cause a surprise this evening.
Referee Graham needs to stamp his authority on this game before it gets out of hand. Tempers are rising, adrenaline off the roof, and he has to be able to tame everybody. We are enjoying such a good game. After 22 minutes here at Takwana Bosu Stadium, you're just joining us on this first ever live syndicate on Sports Live. We are bringing you the second semi-final game of the 2024-2025 MTN FA Cup between Asante Kotoko and Brekum Chelsea. Another tussle right in front of the referee. And he says it goes the way of Brekum Chelsea. Referee Manuel Graham. Ball goes to the left. Justice Blade, their heads are down. Referee has the wrestle to his mouth again. And Harry Hansen picks it up. And you're looking for Babayaya, another tackle. And Vincent Klou is also down. The game getting physical at this point in time.
Very, very physical, and just as you said, we expect the referee to stamp his authority. We need not really have it to be so critical, and when it happens that way, it's going to spoil the whole transition of the team. You realize that both teams have been very good when it comes to transition, but I'm looking out for Brekum Chelsea to, diversify their tactics. You realize that Kotoko have been able to fashion out Amankona, but I don't understand why they keep giving the ball to Amankona. If they're able to do that, I think it will really help for them.
Peace has prevailed and game will continue Sambo Neil's ball. Kumasi Asante Kotoko on the half of Chelsea. Babayaya finds Justice Blake, tries a shot, but straight into the fans in the blue stand.
Yes, it was Kwame Poku who was in control of the ball, but there's no space. He has to go back to Justice Blake, and he also wanted to try. It's a nice try, but unfortunately, the ball is off, and you can't score with this drive.
We are still looking for the ball, but this one will be played by Vincent Klou, making their way into the half of Kotoko. Klou finds Joe. Wilbert Joe looking for Marvin. And Kotoko will take over. Elvis Bafo finds Babayaya. He switches to the left. But already Kwame Poku is in an outside position.
I think goalkeeper Emmanuel Edi is also gaining confidence. If you look at his movements, I think he's doing well. At a point we all thought without Obin Seche Gregory, it would be very difficult for Brekum Chelsea to play, but it looks like Edu Emmanuel has been the man in the MTN FA Cup for Brekum Chelsea.
Husseini. Finds Stephen Amakona. Amakona's ball. Marvin. This is Marvin. Kamara goes in there, goes for the ball. What is the referee saying? The referee says Mohamed Kamara went in for the ball. So that is not a penalty.
Excellent goalkeeping. And I have always said, since Coach Abdul Karim Zito took over Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Mohamed Kamara's confidence level is higher times 5 of what we knew him to be. And I think that is something that the coach deserves. He's really worked on the goalkeeper and his confidence level.
Somebody who is not a happy man. He equally thought that could have been a penalty.
He's not happy.
Been a penalty.
There was no way that was going to be a penalty. It was a well played through ball. I thought that he was going to shoot, but he hesitated a bit and he allowed Kamara to come in. And so there's no way the referee was going to go for that.
Ball, Mohamed Kamara up to the task again. Game will continue. Sakadada's ball, but out it goes. He was looking for Kwame Brekum.
Difficult for him to pick that ball.
Player down the turf. Kumasi Asante Kotoko's player down in their own half. Rolling on the turf in pain. Looks like Albert Amar. Not Albert. Wait to see the player that is down, but it's temporarily hold up here at the Taekwondo Bosu Stadium. Is the second semi-final game of the 2024-2025 MTN FA Cup. Kumasi Asante Kotoko slugged it out with Brekum Chelsea here in the mining city of Takwa. And we've done 27 minutes, no goals to show. It's goalless if you are just joining us. And it was Patrick Kesiedu who was down and in pain, up on his feet. Making a run down the touchline, possibly to join the game. But on the other hand, game continues. Klug finds Hubert Joe. Back to Vincent Klug. He tries to slap across the face of goal. Not a bad try at all. Vincent Klug.
Yes, Vincent Klug, Kwesi Soro to Baduri, Hubert Jehu, these three players commanding the midfield for Brekum Chelsea. I'm not surprised they are giving us topmost performance in the semi-final of the MTN FA Cup.
Samba finds Patrick. Patrick on the run, but he's brought down. And Tempest are rising. Physical battle, a rivalry that transcends from this pitch. But we are seeing them. Red and looking for a winner to get through to the final come 15th June 2025 at the University of Ghana Stadium. Remember that yesterday, Golden Kicks beat Atram the Beast 3-1, and so they are watching on and already mapping them strategy. Albert Amar's ball. But the referee had already spotted that push, and it will be a free kick right at the spot where he is pointing. And Justice Blake picks it up regardless. Ready to see if he can try another shot for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. But Babayaya is there. Patrick Kesiedu wants nothing with that ball. Runs to the left. Is it going to be Babayaya or Justice Blake? Blake looks like he will take that one for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Whistle goes and he does. This time he tries a less powered shot, but that is headed away. Sakadada picks it up, sends it back. Goes there to the final connection, head score. That was Samba O'Neill's header. And it's a goal kick to Chelsea. This time Emmanuel Edu tries his left. Was looking for Prince Zenane, but out to go. Justice Blake picks up quickly. Sends a throw back to the half of Chelsea for Seni's Karate. Heads go up. Prince Zenane finds Stephen Amakona. I'm unable to play through. And I apologize this immediately to Prince Anani. We've done 30 minutes already. And if you're just joining us on the syndicate transmission on Sports Live, it's Asante Kotoko 0, Brekum Chelsea 0. Mohamed Seydou. Brekum Chelsea on the attack. Ball being played amongst themselves. This is Chrissy Sorotu. Back to Mohamed Seydou. Sorotu finds his marker. Gets through the middle and in Sorotu. Heads go up. Elvis headed it down, but there was no red shirt. Husseini picks it up. Anani controls down the flanks. Who is there? Elvis runs into him and could attract the first booking of this game. Referee had his hand in his pocket, but decided to first of all warn him. And so Elvis Chebafor is left off the hook. But Brekum Chelsea will win a free kick in that regard.
Well, one thing that has been very notable of these two teams is the fact that they've not been able to utilize the dead ball situations. And so what you'd expect. One could come off as a good one for them, but let's see how they're able
behind that one. Kamara with that two-man wall. Amo and Elvis. I see Anani, I see Amankuna. Who will take this free kick some 10 meters away from goal for Brekum Chelsea. The Bibris looking to get into the final of this competition for the first time since 2011. But already, referee Graham has spotted that push. And Kotoko will win a free kick, quickly taken by Harry Ansu. Switches to his left, finds Akar Dauda. Back to Patrick. Patrick finds Samba. Henry, back to Samba O'Neill. In their own half, surging forward gradually. Kwame Poku's ball. Timenu switches to his right. Is Elvis Chebafor's ball. Who is there to do the final connection? Mohamed Seydou heads it away. And Brekum Chelsea will defend their lines very well. And Samba O'Neill shoved off his marker. Samba O'Neill shoved off Mazake Free. And it's going to be a free kick immediately. To Brekum Chelsea. Free kick quickly taken. Brekum Chelsea getting the ball to the right spot. And the whistle goes. Mohamed Seydou. Mohamed Seydou was looking for Hubert. And they win another free kick in the center of the pitch. Husseini Zakaria elects himself to take that one, switches to his right, heads go up, And he's looking for Kennedy Kofi. Kennedy to Mezak. Mezak a free twist and 10, sends it back to Kennedy. Back heel and on looking. Kennedy is brought down. And the flag goes up. But Kennedy Kofi, Mensah is not happy. Samuel Buedu can afford a green. I don't really understand how that went against Brekum Chelsea.
I really love him on the touchline. He's got the answers. He will make you feel that he's part of the game. He's enjoying the game. And there's something Abdul Karim Zito also does. Usually on the touchline, you see him with his actions and reactions. So I think it is good for the game. And when I see someone going to do all this, I get super excited.
Samba O'Neill's kick. Looking for Sakadada, gets his head to it. Babaya has control. Who is there to pick it up? Patrick. Kwame Poku is easily brought down and signaling that Mohamed said he should be shown the yellow card, but the referee Brekum will take none of those complaints and has his hands stuck in the air, indicating the points for that free kick to be taken for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. On the left hand of attack, a good position for Sakadada to try. But I see three of the men in red having a mini conference as to who will take that free kick.
Oh, you may want to call this conclave. Let's see what is able to come out of this one. But as I told you earlier, these two sides have been very, very bad when it comes to the dead ball situation. It's a very juicy free kick at a very advantageous position. Let's see what Kotoko is able to do with this one.
I see Patrick Essiedu, I see Saka Dauda, and I see Albert Amwa, who will elect himself for this free kick.
It looks like Patrick Essiedu.
Takes a few steps back, position himself well, waits for the whistle, and leaves it for Saka Dauda, straight into the waiting arms of Emmanuel.
Nice drive, but then the goalkeeper was right at that position, and so it was a normal ball for him. But I think Saka actually showed a lot of power in this set piece.
Game continues, 37 minutes done. Marvin finds Kennedy, unable to go past Patrick. He leaves it down looking for Kwame Poku and Emmanuel Edu. Kwame Poku runs into Emmanuel.
It was the same incident as Kamara when he went in for the ball directly, and then, you know, the strikers, they'll give you the answers to prove that there is a touch.
Zakaria Fasedi finds Kwesi. Kwesi Sorotu leaves that ball for Vincent Klu. Klu finds Kennedy. Kennedy allows Marvin to have a feel of that one. Klu beats him to it, it goes down, and intimate, not ready to listen to anybody, and sticks to his calls. If you meet Rafi Graham in person, very quiet, difficult to get words out of him, and it's just showing and how he's officiating. Ball in the half of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Saka Dauda defending the other one like his life defends on it and out it goes.
When you talk about Graham, well, they say still waters run very deep, and so you would always expect him to be very, very firm in his decision.
39 minutes gone. Corner kick. Brekum Chelsea, and Prince Anane elects himself for that one. One for Kumasi Asante Kotoko to defend. And for the Beavers to see if they can get the first goal or draw the first blood here. Anane's corner. Heads go up. Marvin was trying to head that out. It goes. And it will be another corner for Brekum Chelsea. 2 on the trot. Abdul Karim Zito signaling his technical bench. Are we going to see a change? But here is the second corner, straight into the arms of Mohamed Kamara. He holds on to it steadily. Zosa to his left was looking for Sakadada, but it is sent the other way by Kosi. And back to Kamara. Here is his kick. Just some meters away from the center line, and it's still back in his half. Heads go up. Samba Neil, but it falls to Kwesi Sorotu. Leaves it for Marvin. He's brought down. And the referee is always swift to see where the action is. Kwesi Sorotu quickly sends that to Marvin. Marvin is looking for Vincent Clue. Clue is beating to it. This is Samba O'Neal. Baba Yaya raising his hands for that ball. He receives it finally. Elvis Shebafo is racing down the right. Jamis. And leaves that ball for Albert Amo. Albert Amo is brought down by Mohamed Seydou. There you have it. Mohamed Seydou brought down the last man in Albert Amo. And referee Graham points to the spot.
Right call. It's a right call. If you look at Albert Amo, very pacey. He was there. He managed to get the ball, but then Mohamed Seydou actually had no option than to bring him down, because at that angle, if he fails to get the ball at the man, it would be a straight goal for Albert Amo. So it's an advantage for Kotoko to get the first goal. It's very close.
Very, very close.
If they are able to plan well, this should be their first goal in the game.
The spot was not the penalty spot. But some few meters away from Emmanuel Edu's post. Just on the arc. And who will take that all-important free kick? A lot of the players and even the fans felt that when Murphy Graham had his hands pointing to the goalpost, there was a penalty. But I'm sorry, no penalty.
Not a penalty.
A very crucial free kick for Brekum Chelsea to defend. I can see about 8-man wall, and Kwame Poku is behind that one.
You can see the goal.
He leaves it. That was a power shot. They damaged all of us. Patrick Essiedu led the way. Albert Amo followed, but finally Henry Angsu was the man who delivered the goods, but not to the right recipients. Game continues. Brekum Chelsea turn on the heat, looking for Marvin. Marvin is racing to it. Samba O'Neal is there, defends beautifully and sends it back. The answer who gets to it first, finds his marker. Kennedy unable to hold on to it. Kwame Poku gets it. This is Albert Amo racing down the right. He twists and turns. Who was there to do the final connection? But unfortunately, Kennedy Kofi Mensah picks it up for Brekum Chelsea. Still in midfield. Kwame Poku's ball. This is Saka Dauda, lifts it for Patrick. Patrick dummies. Not straight into the waiting hands of Emmanuel Edu.
Baba Yaya's final delivery.
Baba Yaya's final delivery was wrong. He had all the ball. He received it. Damaged.
He's the ball. He knows how to take on men, but final delivery all the time, and that is why we don't see Baba Yaya scoring more goals. We've seen midfielders getting 8-9 goals, but Baba Yaya at the end of every season could give you 4-3 because of his final delivery. If he's able to work on that, I can tell you, his pace and his style of play is likely to give Kotoko 10-11 goals per season.
Well, really got himself through behind the defense of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. For everyone who thought that Kotoko had got it a fortune, but only for him to get into the final third and then lack the decision and also the precision, and could not really make use of it.
Baba Yaya's final decision costing Kumasi Asante Kotoko here at the Taekwondo Bosu Stadium is the second semi-final game. We've done 45 minutes And we are going to be doing 3 more according to the 4th referee. No goals to show at this point in time. It's Kotoko 0, Brekum Chelsea 0. No Steven Amankona to show for Brekum Chelsea. Try as Albert Moyes and Kwame Koku, they are yet to give Kumasi Asante Kotoko the goals up front. Tables 10 is Kennedy Kofi. Ball down the right, and Kamara very lucky on that location. Had the ball locked in between his legs, and that is also a save for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Kamara's ball down the left. Let's go up. Mohamed Seydou's defense. Kwesi Sorotu. This is Kennedy. Kennedy running down. He's held and brought down. Babaya, but Kennedy moves his feet straight into the stomach of Babaya. That is so unsporting.
Yes, and so at this stage, Brekum Chelsea are a bit tired, clearly. And so when they get the ball, controlling becomes difficult. At this stage, you really want to go for the first half break so you can relax. And so what you end up doing is to be bringing your opponent down. And that is really a strategy to end the first half. But I think it's really not good for him as a player because you need to consider your opponent's injury situation.
has been good. And that free kick falling to Chelsea. This is Zakaria Husseini's ball. Up in the air, straight in the arms of Kamara. His challenge to that one. And the referee calls back Mohamed Seydou. He has to be careful. He has been cautioned one too many and could go into the books of referee Graham. But Mohamed Kamara is up on his feet. Find somebody new. Game will continue. And the last minute of the 3 that was added on, sends it to his left. Patrick switches to the right and finds Kwame Koku, who's already offside. Emmanuel Edu will pick it up for Brekum Chelsea. In the last 20 seconds of additional time, well, there goes the whistle. 45 minutes plus 3 minutes of time added on. And it's goalless between Kumasi Asante Kotoko and Brekum Chelsea. The second semi-final game of the 2024
Canada. Oh la la, ya tedene. D-Money Travel Consult presents the amazing Canadian tour. Metre say ye kwa jieni ankasa wa Canada. Every 11th July to 21st July die penny beshe Canada bontenso. A 4 hours tour in Toronto downtown, Niagara Falls, Wonderland Canada, Toronto Harbor sightseeing. Na wunim de ni ji kese kra na say ye besan so ye 7 minutes helicopter tour. What you say? And nije bebrebe nyina. Utua $7,000 per. Kai say ovesa honsem nyina da ya bem. Na wo penchechemu bia. Fred D-Money Travel Consult 0242 898400. Message subim 0242 898400. Eye email swa dmoney1@gmail.com. Wube D-Money Travel Consult chira kwanwo. Accra, Malam Station. D-Money Travel Consult. Your travel success is our priority. Canada. Oh la la, ya tedene. D-Money Travel Consult presents the amazing Canadian tour. Metre say ye kwa jieni ankasa wa Canada. Every 11th July to 21st July die penny beshe Canada bontenso. A 4 hours tour in Toronto downtown, Niagara Falls, Wonderland Canada, Toronto Harbor sightseeing. Na wunim de ni ji kese kra na say ye besan so ye 7 minutes helicopter tour. What you say? And nije bebrebe nyina. Utua $7,000 per. Kai say ovesa honsem nyina da ya bem. Na wo penchechemu bia. Fred D-Money Travel Consult 0242 898400. Message subim 0242 898400. Eye email swa dmoney1@gmail.com. Ubehu D-Money Travel Consult chira kwanwo. Accra, Malam Station. D-Money Travel Consult. Your travel success is our priority.
Kana.
Yamawa Kwaba, Ediba Answer Company Limited. Sawo pe blocks machines ya eye papa. Nane bonso assign edda formo dia. Enye na enwani Answer Company Limited. Yewa conveyor blocks machines, hydraulic blocks machines, pallets, any blocks machines in one accessories nyina. Na afei so blocks machines ahodro a wo pani nyina bi nso ewo ho. Hwehwe ye kira kwan ene ya. Ye was Spinters Road 18 Junction. Ye ni KFC dan no na edi nhwe animu. Freye ewo 05240 and I say 0540725850. Amstel blocks machines papa pa efie. Yamawa Kwaba, Ediba Answer Company Limited. Sawo pe blocks machines ya eye papa. Nane bonso assign edda formo dia. Enye na enwani Answer Company Limited. Yewa conveyor blocks machines, hydraulic blocks machines, pallets, any blocks machines in one accessories nyina. Na afei so blocks machines ahodro a wo pani nyina bi nso ewo ho. Hwehwe ye kira kwan ene ya. Ye was Spinters Road 18 Junction. Ye ni KFC dan no na edi nhwe animu. Freye ewo 05240 and I say 0540725850. Amstel blocks machines papa pa efie.
Canada.
Oh la la, ya tedene. D-Money Travel Consult presents the amazing Canadian tour. Metrese ye kwa jieni ankasa wa Canada. A free 11th July to 21st July die. Pe ni beshe Canada bontenso. A 4 hours tour in Toronto downtown, Niagara Falls, Wonderland, Canada, Toronto Harbor sightseeing. Na wunim de ni jikese kra na se ye besanso ye 7 minutes helicopter tour. What do you say? And nije bebrebe nyina. Utua $7,000 per. Kai say ovesa honsem nyina da ya bem. Na wo penchechemu bia. Fred D-Money Travel Consult 0242 898400. Message subim 0242 898400. Eye email swa dmoney1@gmail.com. Ubehu D-Money Travel Consult chira kwanwo. Accra, Malam Station. D-Money Travel Consult. Your travel success is our priority.
Canada.
Every side. Oh yeah. Canada. Hey, one Yansembo, why not is no? Biareni o, Biareni o. O to me mo, why not is no? Biareni o, Biareni o. Wasum Jamo, why not is no? Biareni o, Biareni o. O Biareni o. Why not is a no? Why not is a yes? Biareni o, Biareni o. Hey, why not is a no? Why not is a Yashua? Biareni o, Biareni o. Hey, wasum Jamo. Why not is a no? Biareni o, Biareni o. Yeme me say wa won dimbo. Why not is a no? Biareni o, Biareni o. Hey, wo Nyansembo. Why not is a no? Biareni o, Biareni o. Ah, mi zo Biareni o, Biareni o. Biareni o, Biareni o. O Biareni o, o Biareni o. Biareni o, Biareni o. Enti se okunu yadi dengara akole mele Africa. Ei se okunu yadi dengara akole mele Africa. Yare ko yengani, yare ko yengani. Yare saye charada. Yare ko yengani, yare ko yengani. O kole mele Africa. Yare ko yengani, yare ko yengani. Yare saye charada. Yare ko yengani, yare ko yengani. Kole mele Africa. Ese okono yadi dengara akole mele Africa. Ese okono yadi dengara akole mele Africa. Yare ko yengani, yare ko yengani. Yare science yarada. Yare ko yengani, yare ko yengani. Oh, kole mele Africa. Yare ko yengani, yare ko yengani. Yare ko yengani. Yare science yarada. Yare ko yengani, yare ko yengani. Oh, kole mele Africa. Nke ago, hey, amen. Ago, hey, amen. Kame woke wole noko. Wole noko. Inga wole noko kra. Wole noko. Wake Yesu baya. Wake Yesu baya. Wake Yesu baya. Wole noko. Wole noko. Inke wole noko. Wole noko. Inke wole noko kra. Wole noko. Wake Yesu baya. Wake Yesu baya. Wake Yesu baya. Wole noko. Wole noko. Wake baya. Wake Yesu baya. Wake baya. Wake Yesu baya. Wake Yesu baya. Wake Yesu baya. Wake Yesu baya. Let her know why. Hey, watch ya Yesu we. Hey, Yesu, that's why watch ya Yesu we. Let me get you say ni manye. Mi be pale o. Jesus say ni manye. Mi be pale o. Jesus say ni manye. Yeah, mi be pale o.
Canada.
Oh la la, ya tedene. D-Money Travel Consorts presents the amazing Canadian tour. Metrese ye kwa jieni ankasa wa Canada. A free 11th July to 21st July die. Pe ni beshe Canada bontenso. A ye 4 hours tour in Toronto downtown, Niagara Falls, Wonderland, Canada, Toronto Harbor sightseeing. Na wunim de ni ji kese kra na se ye besanso ye 7 minutes helicopter tour. What is it? And nije bebrebe nyina. Utia $7,000 per. Kai se ovisa honsem nyina da ya bem. Na wo penchechemu bia. Fred D-Money Travel Consort wo 0242 898400. Message subim 0242.
In that well built, more than 6 feet, Mohamed Kamara, Kwame Poku, Albert Amos ball, just too much. And he immediately apologizes. Sakadauda was in the run for that one, and he knew he could have done better. Kennedy finds Kwesi Sorotu. Kwesi finds Foseni. Foseni will lead swiftly. Brekum Chelsea. It's Kennedy. Kofi Mensah. Behind that one, there's another ball on the turf. And leave it for head coach Samuel Boadu. Gets onto the pitch to clear it. Kennedy's throwing back to Kennedy. He was looking for Hubert Joe. Hubert is displaced off that one. Hubert is displaced out of that one. to the right, and there's no one in particular in blue. Kamara. I'll pick it up. Kamara on setting and finally leaves it for somebody. Sama sends a long one floating. Heads go up. Mohamed Seydou. But the referee says he had his hand to Saka Dauda. Quick free kick. Albert Amos shot. But wayward. And Emmanuel Adu will walk to that one. No problem at all. 53 minutes gone. Yet to break the deadlock here. Who joins Golden Kick in the final? We have a lot more minutes to play for. Emmanuel Adu's ball. Headed away. Saka Dauda's header. Patrick Esedu leaves it for Ntimenu. Ntimenu finds Henry Ansu. Ansu to Justice Blade. Justice Blade. Still Justice Blade. Twisting and turning Justice Blade. Finally finds Baba Yaya. But Sheba for this is Saka Dauda going down the flanks. Saka Dauda leaves it for Patrick. Seydou back to Saka Dauda. Timely intervention. Beautiful defense there by Kosisoro to save Brekum Chelsea. On that account, Kotoko were building up beautifully on their flanks. But he broke that continuity. And what is the referee Graham saying? Throwing to Brekum Chelsea. Kennedy Kofi Mensah tries a rather short one to Pesisoro 2. Pesisoro 2. And it's going to be a free kick at that spot in Chelsea's own half against Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Samuel Boadu issuing out instructions and screaming on top of his lungs, saying his ball is headed down. Brekum Chelsea will take over again. Kennedy finds Hubert Joe. Joe is brought down by game of down after beautifully defending that ball off the feet of Marvin. It was a temporary hold up here. If you're just joining us on the live syndicates of Sports Live, this is the second semi-final game of the 2024-2025 MTN FA Cup here at the Takwana Bosu Stadium. In a rather cloudy yet sunny atmosphere, we are enjoying the Porcupine Warriors and the Bibris. But it's goalless at this point in time after 57 minutes. Temporary hold up. Mohamed Kamara. And the referee Graham. Drop ball to Kamara. He picks it up and rolls it over to Samboni. Samba Sergeant forward. Finds Albert. Albert go past the midfield. Switches to his left. Saka Dauda. He's caught in that offside position.
Yes, indeed. He was marginally caught offside. It was a good ball played down the right-hand side. He wanted to fetch Saka Dawada, but just that Saka was really flagged offside by the linesman.
In his goal. And Vincent King was brought down. Referee whistles immediately for an infringement. And he will wait for Captain Zachariah's long ball down the right looking for Marvin. Marvin gets to it, but Kamara went into the air and had to save that ball mid-air for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Mohamed Kamara being tested in the air on the ground by the post. However, Brekum Chelsea are attacking, but he is equally up to the task. Kotoko with the ball now. Yeah. Babaya found Saka Dauda. He loses out on that one, finds a teammate to switch it up. Kwame Poku down the right. Kwame's cross. As Emmanuel Ledoux managed to keep it in play. And he rolls off the line. And it's going to be a corner kick to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. That display was quite unnecessary from Emmanuel Ledoux. Now, Kotoko wins a corner from that.
He couldn't quite get a grip on that ball. We thought that he was going to cover it, but I don't know what he was trying to do. And it's a big disadvantage to Brekum Chelsea, especially where Kumasi Asante Kotoko are looking to pile up the pressure. Let's see Kotoko able to get out of this one.
Corner kick. Corner kick falling to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Kotoko's corner. No wonder in particular what is the referee saying. Referee Graham has quite a game on his hands.
There was a bit of shot pulling in there, so the referee had to stop the game to ensure that there is serenity in between the middle of the 18-yard there.
Corner kick to be taken again. And it's Patrick Esedu behind that one. He sends Asante Kotoko 0, Brekum Chelsea 0. The second semi-final game, I should say, of the MTN FA Cup. Who joins Golden Kick? Patrick's free kick. Switching to the right, looking for Kwame Poku. Justice Blade. Harry Ansu. back to Blake. And Kennedy's fighting him, the other one. He wins it. Can Marvin pick it up? Samba O'Neal against Marvin Owusu. And his Samba clears his lines quickly. The ball still in play. But Zakaria said this slide down and his gesture towards referee Graham will definitely attract a yellow card. He went down so quickly and with a lot of power. To defend that ball. And I think that his reaction after referee Graham calls that ball was rather unnecessary, and he has attracted a second yellow card. Brekum Chelsea, Captain Zakaria said needs to lead by example.
It was a sliding tackle sent in by the referee, thinking that, you know what, this can end the career of a footballer. And so I've got to whistle for this. And Kotoko have a juicy free kick at that far end.
Play behind that one, sends a long one in, heads to go up Mohamed Seydou. But it falls straight to Patrick Esiedu. He switches to his right, heads go off Sakadauda, who exactly was sending that to.
Injured, maybe that also caused that corner kick. But I think that he's been the savior for Brekum Chelsea. Mohamed Kamara has been the savior for Asante Kotoko. In the second half, it's now a battle between two goalkeepers, unlike in the first half where it was a battle between the strikers and the defenders. Now the goalkeepers have taken over, and so whoever will commit an error would let down his team. And so it's a huge responsibility of Mohamed Kamara and Emmanuel Edu. But so far, I'm impressed by their performance.
Marvin Owusu filling in the shoes of Jonathan Koe, and those are not easy boots to lace. Issuing out all under instructions. He can't. Patrick Esiedu, who gets to have that final kick. Brekum Chelsea giving the spots where they can build their wall. Marvin Opoku is there. Marvin Owusu together with Stephen Amankona, making up that two-man wall for goalkeeper Emmanuel Edu. The clock is ticking. Who wants this more? Golden kick on their gold stocks and waiting. Would it be Brekum Chelsea or Kumasi Asante Kotoko? Here we are, some 10 meters away from goal. Saka Dauda, Patrick Esiedu. Samuel Gwedu signaling. I wish I could understand those hand gestures, but I am not a footballer. Issuing out instructions even at this point in time. We are still waiting for referee Graham. And this time around, Mohamed Saidu and Elvis Chebafo were the ones being spoken to. Finally, the whistle will go. And Saidu sends it to Saka. Back to Saidu, size one. And all I can hear from the crowd is waste of time. But that was not a bad try. That was a training grounds practice.
It comes back to the narrative, how terrible these two sides have been when it comes to the dead ball situation. We thought that Kotoko were going to do something significant, but that's a terrible one.
Emmanuel Edu leapt off the hook, sends one down the left. To no one in particular. Kotoko will pick it up as a throwing. Man on duty, Justice Blade. Still waiting for Justice Blade. Deciding where to send the ball to and finally decide to send the way of Brekum Chelsea. And that ball is headed out again. And it's still at post, Justice Blade to send that throwing. This time a longer one, and there's nobody there to pick it up because he sends it away. Brekum Chelsea unable to hold on to it, and it goes back to Justice Blade. This time he sends a long one in. Zachariah's header. Let's go up again for Kumasi.
Employers see tons of
resumes. Babayaya in Team Menu's ball. Looking for Albert Tama. Can he keep it in play? He tries so hard. Down the corner line. And out the ball goes. Goal kick. Emmanuel Edu. 71 minutes on the clock at the Takwana Bosso Stadium. Fans watching on keenly. Kumasi Asante Kotoko and Brekum Chelsea in the second semi-final game of the MTN FA Cup. Who gets that final ticket? We'll wait to see. Ball sent back. Kotoko will take over now. This is Babayaya. He's looking for Kwame Poku. Kwame Poku laces down for Saka Dauda. Saka Dauda's ball. Just in front of goal. With no intent into those white nets.
I was expecting Kwame Poku to be very fast. He laid the pass, but he was supposed to be around the goal area to connect in that long drive. But then unfortunately, he wasn't around.
Stephen Ankona picks it up, leaves it for Kwesi. Kwesi switches to his left. He's looking for Mezake Field, but that is too much for that winger to pick it up. Out it goes. Showing Kumasi Asante Kotoko Justice Blade. Harry Ansu. Finds Samba O'Neill. Samba. Weighing options. Sends that ball through, but heads go up. Mohamed Saidu unable to hold on to it. Saka Dauda is racing to it. Emmanuel Edu is also there. And finally, goalkeeper Edu picks it up for Brekum Chelsea. Saka Dauda exploring all his options. on the left and right flanks for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Game continues. Hubert Joe. Joe leaves that ball for Prince Anane. Joe finds Clue. Clue switches to his left, looking for Stephen Amankona. Amankona picks it up. It's Amankona. It's Amankona against Patrick. They both go down. Right in front of line one. Amankona asking questions. And there is going to be a change. And the Kumasi Asante Kotoko setup. Sakau Dauda has been left off the hook. Sakau Dauda has been left off the hook. And Fernando Winston-Bassi has been shown his way onto the pitch.
And Fernando has started 2 games for Abdul Karim Zito. In his 3rd game, he started from the bench. But I'm sure it's part of the coach's plan, and that is why week in, week out, Abdul Karim Zito gives him that opportunity, because at a point in time under Dr. Prosper Nategum, he wasn't a starter. He hardly starts some games, but this time he and Mohamed Kamara have had some fair share of time under their new head coach.
So Wisdom Bassi gets his 3rd start for Abdul Karim Zito Kate, but this time around from the bench. Let's see what his inclusion will do for Kumasi Asante.
And look at the switch now. Bassi will take the left-hand side of the wings, while Albert Amma will move into the middle with Kwame Poku. So let's see what this is able to bring to Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Zakaria Hussein. Free kick sent through the middle. Mazake free, but he's unable to get to it. Justice Blay brought down in the process. Both managers having effected just 1 change each. Tells you they do not want to break the intensity of the game. Coach Prince Owusu will take a stand on the touchline to issue out sound instructions as well. Prince Anane, he's been challenged to that one. Ball falls to Kwame Poku, but he loses out on that one almost immediately. Mohamed Seydu races to him. It's still Kwame Poku. Finds Elvis Sheba for. The ball is out. And Tim Menu picks it up. Baba Yaya is shoved off that one. And the referee says, play must be halted.
It was a good drive. It was a good drive by Elvis Chebafo, but I was expecting to take his time. There were a lot of space. He could have been very calm. That would have given him more ideas as to what he should use the ball for.
And beyond even that, he had options to go either left or right, but he decided to go for the drive, but it was lacking that precision.
Elvis Chebafo, Mohamed Shaban's very good friend from Liberty Professionals, went out to Tunisia, couldn't really find his feet.
Played for Sumua.
Got back home and found New Haven in Kumasi.
And he was one key player for Liberty under David Marvin Okulu. He was one player. I remember at any time at Dansman Carindorf Park, we go to watch Elvis Chebafo and the likes of Kwame Paul. But he's been a good player.
Justice Blaze free kick. Heads go up straight into the hands of waiting Emmanuel Edu, who has been a pillar for Brekum Chelsea in those stakes. Play continues. Sorotu. Stephen Amankona's ball. Tim Menu challenges it to him. And Tim Menu Amankona goes down and leaves his foot behind. So on spotting. And Tim Menu smiles at that, and this will be the 2nd change for Brekum Chelsea. Brekum Chelsea is effecting another change. And Isifu Mohammed will be introduced into this game. Isifu Mohammed out. Hubert Jehu out. Isifu Mohammed in.
Yes, this like-for-like change. Hubert Jehu has been a starter for Samuel Boedu. He had the opportunity last season. He took it. He had about 5 man of the match awards in the Premier League last season, his debut season. So he's been very good, but clearly he's very tired. A lot of energy exhausted in this game.
Marvin's ball straight to Mohamed Kamara. Isifu Mohammed has scored one of Brekum Chelsea's 12 goals leading up to the semi-finals. Maybe he can be the chap with the magic to get one of those goals for Brekum Chelsea. Wisdom Bassi. Patrick Esedu's ball. Looking for Kwame Poku. Kennedy against Kwame Poku. Kwame Poku picks it up. Finds Patrick. Albert Samoa was very late on that occasion. Maybe more will tell us what it means to wear the number 18 jersey if you are playing for Hartlepool. That's a very important number with great players who have walked through, like that. Ishmael Ado. Like my very good friend.
And again, he's the last player to win the goalkeeper back to back. 1999, 2000, 2001. We are yet to have a player winning the goalkeeper even 2 times since 2001.
Mahatma Otu will tell you his story in the number 18 jersey for Hartlepool. Or maybe for the Porcupine Warriors, it could be just one of those numbers. Albert Samoa.
But we've not seen much from Steven Amankuna. What we saw against Brekum United, his long drives and all that. I'm sure he's playing from the flanks. I think he's been pinned deep from to the flanks, and that is really affecting him.
Zakaria Fuseni behind that free kick, some 30 meters away. Zakaria Fuseni's ball headed out. Steven Bassi picks it up. Wisdom. Quick free kick. Albert Samoa. Save. Emmanuel Edu.
We've done 79 minutes, but my 2 man of the match is the goalkeeper for Brekum Chelsea, Edu Emmanuel and Mohamed Kamara. They are playing the game in the second half, and that tells you that it's an end-to-end action. The goalkeepers are now really commanding in all aspects of the game.
Emmanuel Edu saving the day again for Brekum Chelsea against Albert Samoa, who had all the time to shoot and decided to go for that feeble shot, turned around and held his head in despair and unbelief of himself. Free kick, Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Just a few steps away from the corner spot. And it's Patrick Esedu, who elects himself to pick that one up for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Patrick Esedu against one-man wall, stands one in, who is there to do the final cornership. Ball floats away, but still in danger zone. And finally, Albert Samoa was there to do the final connection for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. The goal was coming, and at the 80th minute mark, Albert Samoa quickly redeems himself of all the errors. That free kick was sent in by Patrick, and then it was sent back. Kotoko picked up the rebound, and Albert Samoa was there to increase his MTN Africa goal tally to 3. Kumasi Asante Kotoko are a goal up, and the Beavers are wallowing in pain at this point in time. Unbelief for Samuel Boyd.
Albert Samoa has pulled the rabbit out of nowhere. It was a great delivery from Patrick. He made sure he's been waiting for it all this while, and now he's got something to cheer about. It was a great delivery, and he got his head to it. And there is it, Kumasi Asante Kotoko lead on the 80th mark.
The last time these two sides played in Kumasi, it ended 1-0. Are they going to repeat that here at the Takwana Bosu Stadium? The irony, however, is when Kotoko played Medium ISC here, when this particular stadium was being opened, Kotoko lost.
But then they scored a goal against Brekum Chelsea, back-to-back they've scored. And I asked you one question: for how long will the goalkeepers keep saving their teams? And so it's unfortunate, but Albert Samoa have always asked the question, and this time around he has the answers. He scored his 3rd goal for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. and the advantage still continues for Kotoko.
The former Good Olympics attacker continues to state a claim in this Kotoko setup. Even back from injury, it looks as if nothing has really changed. Albert Samoa, if someone is asking, he is the reason there's a difference between Kumasi Asante Kotoko and Brekum Chelsea here at the Taekwondo Bosu Stadium. If you just tune in, it's 1-0 in favor of the Porcupine Warriors. We have the last 8 minutes to see some good game as well. How would it end? But there's a free kick to Brekum Chelsea. Also has a very advantageous position.
Speaking of Amwa, he's got his 9th goal for Kumasi Asante Kotoko in all competitions, and so he's one of the prolific strikers Kotoko can always count on.
Referee Graham is the one we are waiting on. Kennedy picks that Amakona, but straight into the 3-man wall of Kwame Poku at the Sheba 4, and Justice Blake. Amakona has been a pale shadow of himself. He has refused to get a for Brekum Chelsea today. And they have been swallowed by some dark moments here. Albert Amwa, the culprit. Heads go up, Mezake free. The ball is headed away. Amakona, it's still Amakona. His body.
Concede the second goal, that's it. But another opportunity for Kotoko to make it.
Opportunity, Kwame Poku. He blasted wide. What a chance gonna beg in again. In the last 5 minutes of this game. It's Kumasi Asante Kotoko 1. Albert Amwa grabbing that goal for them on the 80th minute. But here we are. Looks like the Porcupine Warriors are cruising to the final. Game continues. Emmanuel Edu sends a long one, heads go up. But Henry Ansu is there for Kotoko. Mohamed Seydou's ball. Zakaria Fuseni, he's brought down. And the referee says that was unprofessional, unsporting. So Brekum Chelsea wins a free kick in that light.
And so the last time Kotoko got to the final was in 2017, and we know that they were able to win against Accra Hearts of Oak. But the other time they also got to the final was in 2011, where they met Nanya FC, and it wasn't well for them. And so while Kotoko will be looking to qualify, they also will have to really think about the 2011 situation as well.
Game continues here. Baba Yaya is brought down.
I think Zacharia's challenge is very difficult. I think sometimes the referees give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, he's been very, very ambitious and very, very cynical this afternoon for Brekum Chelsea.
Kwame Poku seems to also be in some form of pain and down on the turf, but he's up on his feet. The final minutes looking dangerous. Kumasi Asante Kotoko employing all tactics keep themselves in the driver's seat because as it stands now, if it ends this way, they are cruising to the final.
I might want to say that I don't see coming back in this game. Well, it looks like Kotoko have stolen it and they're running away with it.
Temporary hold up here, 57 minutes gone. Kumasi Asante Kotoko 1, Brekum Chelsea 0. If it ends this way, we have our finalists for the 2024-2025 MTN FA Cup. Kwame Boku's control is brought down and the referee's flag is already up. Referee Graham pointing towards Emmanuel Edu. The last 5 minutes has been fierce. Brekum Chelsea moving tooth and nail, looking for that equalizer. Kotoko holding on briefly with their last breath, with the final in sight. They know they could be marching to their 10th FA Cup, and for Abdul Karim Zito, he could be on his way to lifting his second FA Cup trophy.
It was very, very telling. You look at how the game has panned out so far. It was clear that either Kotoko or Brekum Chelsea, whoever is able to go in front, it was going to be difficult for either of that side to come back, and that is what is looking for Kumasi Asante Kotoko at this point.
Free kick in a very good position, but Kotoko make it 2. Will Brekum Chelsea be able to defend that one before we head into the final minutes of the game? Waiting for time to be added on. Kotoko also wanting to make a change. Referee Graham pulses play and allows that change to be effected. Kotoko will introduce Joseph Ablo, a defender, and he says Karim Zito's intent. He wants to protect that one goal. And out goes Babayaya. Sacrifices a midfielder for a defender. Game continues. Joseph Ablo makes his way onto the pitch. And the free kick will finally be effected. Patrick Asiedu's ball straight into the white stands again. We are still looking for that ball. The game will continue here. We will be doing 5 minutes of time added on. We have hit the 90th. And it's Kotoko 1, Brekum Chelsea 0. Game continues. Switches to the other side. Intimeno. It's Intimeno. That low pass went nowhere. Brekum Chelsea will defend their line beautifully. Heads go up. Patrick Asiedu. Albetama tried. Back to Intimeno. Sends it back. Elvis Sheba for Intimeno again. But Captain Fuseni picks it up for Brekum Chelsea. Chelsea down the left. Looking for Marvin Owusu. He's brought down. Shoved up that one right in front of the referee. And Patrick Asiedu is the culprit on another count. We are in the first minutes of the fight that has been added on. 4 minutes more. And Samuel Boduma just have to hold on to that back-to-back win. No final for him. This is Kumasi Asante Kotoko on the attack again. Albert one shot! Just rolling by the goalpost. Just a whisker away. He could have gotten the second one for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Albert Oman enjoying himself in the last 10-15 minutes. Brekum Chelsea switches to the other side. Stephen Amankona. It's Amankona. Stephen Amankona, Tristan and Tene. Amankona finds Kennedy. Kennedy back to Amankona. Switches play looking for Marvin Owusu, who is very slow. Heads go up. Stephen Ankona again damaged beautifully, but that is cleared away by Samba O'Neill. 92 minutes, ball falls back to Ankona, trying his luck. The ball is ballooned to the other side. Mano Ledu gets to it quickly and lays it down for his captain, Zakaria Fuseni. Sends it to his left, heads to go up. Who is there? Mohamed Seydou and Kamara. Kamara runs into him and receives that ball, saves it beautifully for Kotoko, and he's down. Turning and wallowing in some form of pain. But he knows what it means to slow down play. So we will not be too surprised if that's what he's doing, but he's indicating that he's in some form of pain. Mohamed Kamara, well built, huge, and fills out that goalpost. He has been the reason Brekum Chelsea have failed to find the back of the net. And he is now on the turf. There will be a temporary hold-up, yes, it's being attended to. But gradually, we are getting to the end of it. And if it stays this way, we have another Division 1 Premier League side clash on our hands after 2011 when Nani FC, led by the legendary Abedi Pele, beat Kumasi Asante Kotoko by 1-0 at the Accra Sports Stadium. And then in 2016, Bofaka tried against Bechem United but were unlucky. Golden kick already in the annals of history as a third Division 1 side to make it to the MTN FA Cup final. And for Kotoko, it was a nightmare. It dare not repeat. If it happens again on the 15th of June at the University of Ghana Stadium when they take on a Division 1 side, just be careful. They do not repeat 2011 and go home empty-handed. Only time will tell. The fans in ecstatic mood here. Hear them, they are chanting for the porcupine, sharp horn players and drawn blood out of the babies. You know what it means. Abdullah will look at his wristwatch again and ask himself, Rafik Behamudu, because the 5 minutes is done and that could be the last kick. Kamara's ball could be the last kick. Kamara's ball in, heads go up. Fuseni defending for Brekum Chelsea. Amankona's ball. Amankona against Samba O'Neill. O'Neill is got down. Amankona is unhappy with that call from Referee Graham. Bomar Bayes, 15 years of experience. The most introverted you could find. Married with him because the referee was called to take his place. Game continues. Marvin Owusu running down the flanks, called to take his place. Game continues. Marvin Owusu running down the flanks. That's beautifully defended away. Brekum Chelsea will receive that again. Kotoko will defend their lines again. Look, is in trouble. Referee Graham calls Joseph a block. And dishes out the yellow card. He brought down Kennedy. Kofi Mensah, I think, stepped on him in the process. Free kick. Brekum Chelsea. Emmanuel Sapon behind that one. Garcia and Patrick in that two-man wall for Kamara. We've done 97 minutes at the Takwena Bosso. Emmanuel Sapon's ball straight to Mohamed Kamara. And the referee Brekum could end this game at any point in time. We've done 98 minutes. 3 shy of the initial 5 minutes that was added on. Mohamed Kamara sends running down the flanks. Bassi racing to it. Unable to keep it in play. Kennedy Kofi Mensah challenged him to that one. Still Kennedy against Bassi. And he sends the other way. Bassi wins that tussle. Brekum Chelsea. Head the other way around. Sapon keeps it in play. And he directs it to the other way around. The referee Brekum being called upon to end the game by fans. But I'm sure he's looking at his watch as well. There goes the whistle. It's all ended. Abdul Karim Zito fulfilling one of the reasons why he was considered for that job at Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Just after that memory lining experience with Dream Super Club at the 2023-2024CAF Confederations Cup, Kotoko knew that developer, that man who oozes zest and aura with some tenacity, best at man management, will be the one to turn things around for Kumasi Asante Trophy. But that ghost of 2011 hangs over Kumasi Asante Kotoko because they are meeting at
Canada.
A 4 hours tour in Toronto downtown. Niagara Falls. Wonderland say ye besan so a 7 minutes helicopter tour. What do you say? And nije bebrebe nyina. Utia $7,000 per Kai consort 0242 89898400. Eye email swa dmoney1@gmail.com. Ube hu D-Money Travel Consult chira kwan wo Accra,
Canada.